Hi, welcome to another episode of my walking robot Mirft2 of fischertechnik with the TXT controller. Last time I figured out that I need to replace somehow this gear because this one slips, and I tried to improve this wheel, or not really wheel of course, but legs, and this rubber foot came off. So when I look at what I want to improve is first this one. Let me try to take it off, and that proves not to be easy at all. Now it works, and I can see why. So here you can see, let me take, oops, I need to keep my hands off this tripod. This is completely torn, so I have to take this one off, grab a knife, and this won't be so easy, I'm afraid. So then do it like this part. And with the forces that are applied on this thing, on this piece, it raised the question how I should continue with this. Now it's completely sticky, so I probably should cleanse it. But apart from that, how can I improve this whole combination so it doesn't come off again? And as yet I don't have a solution. Here you see the pin of the staple coming out. Let me see if I can take it close to the camera. Yes, that is the staple pin. So, and it is completely bent, as you can see. So that's something that has to be changed. And the remains of the adhesive tape, or the duct tape actually. But for now all I can do is replace it and try to make it as long as this one is. So it shouldn't be too long, but I can cut it off, so let's do just that. And then of course I have to put it right through the tape again. That is the nasty part. Adhesive is adhesive to anything, as you can see. Should I use a new staple? I don't think as yet. So for now let's go continue it and just see how it works out. That is one. Oops. Okay, a better yeah, this is problematic, of course. But when I started with this method, it became clear that it would be problematic, so I should not be surprised about that. Although this is a problem because it won't fit nicely in here anymore, so I need to find a way to solve that. Then, of course, there's the problem with this, and I will address that after I fix this. And to make it easier, I don't use a new staple, but I just bend it straight, or try to anyway. So as good as new. I figure I take another tape, another piece of the tape, and then use this one, some kind of aid to stick it to, so it's easier to deal with. Then the problem is that I have to use it in this way. And that is not going to be very easy. Let me readjust the camera angle. And that goes again. That is one. That is part 2. And it is quite sticky as it should be, but it doesn't make any easier. There it goes. I hope. Now this part, bending around it, and again bending around it, and now it is better because it is not in here. And you saw with the other tape that it was completely stuck in. So now I can take this part of the leg and slide it in, with the hope that this will remain as it is. Which brings me to the next part. The problem right now is that the legs are in the same position, and I think that it is better to change that. So let me remove, and there goes the foot again. So let me remove this one and put it like this, so it always leans on one leg. And now the problem is that I need, and there goes one piece of the metal. So I want it to support or to lean on let's see how I can fix this. This is one. Oh, that proves to be quite hard. Let me take it this one. I want it to really lean on one, which takes this position. Yes. But then again it rests like this, and I want it to be like this. So how to fix that? Right. Take this wheel out for a moment. Relocate it. And then I notice that will be hard. I want it like this. Exactly 90% change, or maybe even 45% change. 45 degrees change, I should say. But that is going to be difficult. But I think it is the best idea. Because then at least one of the legs is making ground, is touching ground, and the other one is like this. So I figure that takes less effort for the motor. So let's see how that works out. So in order to accomplish that, I figured that this pin should be here. There are only 3 holes. So let me relocate this one. It should fit. Then this one. Although it doesn't matter at all, because the settings of the gears should be the same. And then it should work this setting. But anyway, now it supports these two, and let me fix this. Push this gear back into place again, keeping the 45 degrees with the other side. Quite important, otherwise it's no use. Will this work or won't it? Right, now it stands. The only thing that is missing is the fixation behind this one, so it might fail anyway, but let me try to run it anyway and see where it leads. "45 degrees, it should work in my thinking. So here goes. Starting the program. Okay, here, yeah, thank you for the sound. but there is something going completely wrong on this side. So let's see what that is. Here the rubber foot goes wrong as well. That doesn't sound good. I didn't see any wheel action. I don't hear any action at all now, and I wonder why that is. So let me completely lift it again. Run the program. What is happening? Ah, I see here a complete dislocation. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, this is not good. And this could be better as well. Alright. And that's what happens with heavy force that's applied to it, with the shear weight. So, turning it around again. And this wheel is again dislocated, so I need to fix that. I need a clamp for that, which has gone. So I have to look for that. And while fixing this gear, I notice another problem, which is that now it looks like everything in the same situation, but when I lift it, it corrects itself to the wished situation. So let me adjust the camera angle a little bit. Now it is at the desired angle. As you can see, this one is 45 degrees against that one. If I let me tilt it again, if I put it down, this happens. So this means that the gear isn't held back. So it just slips like this, which makes my theory of easier walking close to nothing. That is a problem. And with this gear slipping, because that might be the case, although the red gear in here is turning just as well. Let me see which gear is this one. So flexibility grows. This isn't moving much, if anyway. This one is moving a little bit more, and so on. So if this just depends on this gear, which is directly attached to the motor, nothing is wrong. But with all these gears applied, it won't hold. So that is an issue. Its weight right now is too much for the gear to hold position at the desired 45 degrees as it is when I hold it in my hand. And I'm not sure what to do about it. Other than that, another problem that I realized is that this frame is protruding in front of this, and if you look at the car, wheels are mostly at this position. So I should remove these things which are still in place here, and maybe shorten it to its half and see whatever effect that is. But complete weight, and I can take off this battery pack, but although it's weight, it reduces the weight, of course, but then again, without the battery pack I can't run it on anything else but with a net adapter. That's of course not the intention. So what to do about it? Those are questions I don't know the answer of yet. So those are mechanical problems. This is a problem. This problem is kind of solved, and without this problem being solved, it's no use to change the software. I guess that is it for now. Let's see if I run it just like this. Will it touch something? Yes, I guess this will touch here, and I can see that quite clearly here as well. If you look here, okay, it just escapes it. If you look here closely, this is a nice escape. So if I turn this one just like that, it will be escaping that wheel cap or axis, whatever it is. So that causes no problems. Enough to think about, enough to improve, and I think I'll leave it at that for this episode. Maybe another test, but with this flexibility, forcing itself in the same position. Let's do one more. Yeah, and there it goes again. The wheels on the gearing on the other side is not functioning correctly. I'm not quite sure why. It just rattles on. And maybe even damaging the gears. Okay, let me check for as closing part the software once again. So, ending this episode with a look at the software. As you can see here, the number of sounds is indeed limited, but you already heard that. No, that's not a project. Looking here, no, that's just dirt. And here I've set it to 1000. So let me see if I can change this without any objection from the Python software or for the API to 24. It's the maximum as I've understood it. I'll lift the robot by hand and just see what happens, if anything. So far so good. Nothing runs. Nothing at all. Another attempt. This is odd. The motor doesn't respond at all now. One motor was loose, which can happen but shouldn't. So let's see again. Please do at least something. Apart from the images it takes. There's no motor activity at all right now, and that is quite odd. Why is there no motor activity at all? Everything is quite as it should in connection. All wires are there. Okay, this is a really weird ending. I will press the FT GUI button to go to the regular screen so I can see if there's a program running at all. Yes, it says online, camera is connected. Well, the screen responds normally, but the motors don't. They don't respond at all. Yet another mystery. And with this, I want to end this episode. So, enough to solve gears. Wiring have to be checked. Apparently this 1024, which I set here, is no problem, but without nicely operating gear there's no use in changing anything else. So thank you for watching, and to be continued. And by the way, you can subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. I have Twitter and Instagram, so please look at that as well. You can find anything at my website.